Hello there. My dear Amelie, here you are all alone on Christmas Eve like some poor bachelor. It really disturbs me to see you like this, alone. All alone in a cafe and on Christmas Eve of all times. Makes me so sad. Like the time when I was in Paris, I once saw a wedding party in a restaurant. The bride was reading the paper while the bridegroom was playing billiards with the witnesses. Ah, me, I said to myself, with such a beginning, how will it go? And how will it end? Playing billiards on your wedding day. Oh, but she was reading. You were going to say... Well, I say it isn't at all the same thing. Well, I say it isn't at all the same thing. You know, Amelie, you really should have held on to him. Do you remember that I was the first to tell you, forgive him? Do you recall that? You could have been married now with a home of your own. Do you remember last Christmas how happy you were out in the country with your fiancé's family? You raved about the joys of home and really longed to leave the theatre. Yes, Amelie, a home is the greatest gift. Except for the theatre. And, of course, children. But you wouldn't understand that. Now, look what I've bought my little ones. Look at this, it's for Lisa. See how she rolls her eyes and turns her head? Isn't she sweet? And here's Maya's toy gun. Right! Did I scare you? Did you think I wanted to shoot you? Did you? My God, I believe you did. Now, if you wanted to shoot me, that would be a different matter. I've stood in your way, and I know you can never forget that. Although I didn't do it deliberately, you still think I schemed to get you out of the Grand Theatre. But I didn't. I really didn't, even though you think so. Not that it matters what I say. Look, my dear old man is to have these, with tulips on them. I've embroidered them myself. I hate tulips, but he has to have them on everything. See what tiny feet Bob has? And you should see the way he walks. His stride is so elegant. But you've never seen him in slippers, have you? Look, I'll show you. And then when he gets angry, he stamps his foot like this. Those damned maids have never been able to make coffee properly. Blast! Now those fools haven't trimmed the lamp wicks properly. And then there's this draft under the door and his feet get cold. Hell, it's freezing in here and those bloody idiots can't even keep a fire going. And then when he comes home, he searches for his slippers that Marie has put under the bureau. But here I'm making fun of the old man. Really, he's so sweet and such a good little husband. You should have had such a husband, Amelie. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? I know he's faithful to me. Yes, I know he is. He says so himself. What are you giggling about? When I was touring Norway, that nasty Frederick came along and tried to seduce him. Can you imagine anything more abominable? But I would have clawed her eyes out if she tried anything while I was around. It's just as well Bob told me himself, so I didn't hear it through the grapevine. Frederic wasn't the only one, you know. I don't know why, but women seem to be crazy about my husband. They seem to think he has some influence on who's cast here at the theatre. Perhaps you've also attempted to run after him. I wouldn't put it past you. But I know he never cared anything for you, and it always seemed to me you bore some sort of grudge against him. Oh, do come spend the evening with us, Amelie, just to show that you're not angry at us. At least not with me. I don't know why, but I hate being on such bad terms with you in particular. Maybe it's because I did get in your way that one time. Or I really don't know why at all. It's been so strange between us. The first time I saw you, I was frightened of you. I always found myself in your presence. I didn't dare become your enemy. That's why I became your friend. But whenever you came over to our place, it was always uncomfortable. I saw that my husband didn't like you, and then I felt awkward, as if my dress didn't fit properly. And I did everything I could to make him act friendly towards you, but without success. Until you went and got engaged. Then, all of a sudden, you developed such a passionate friendship that it seemed for a moment that you only dared show your feelings because you were safe. And then, what happened then? I didn't get jealous. How strange. And I remember at the christening where you were the godmother, that I coaxed him into kissing you, which he did. But you got all flustered. I didn't notice it at the time. Didn't think about it afterwards. Haven't thought about it much until now. Stop! You don't have to say anything, because now I understand. That was why. And why? And why? I see. Now it all adds up. That's how it is. I will not sit at the same table as you. That was why I had to embroider tulips, which I hate, onto his slippers, because you loved them. That was why we had to go to the bloody lake every summer because you couldn't stand the seaside. That was why my son had to be named Eskill, because it was your father's name. That was why I had to wear your colors, read your favorite authors, eat your favorite foods, drink your favorite drinks. Your hot chocolate, for example. Oh, my God. It's so horrible when I think about it. Just horrible. Everything. Everything came from you to me. Even your passions. Your soul burrowed into mine like a worm burrows into an apple. You ate and ate, dug and dug, until only the peel was left and a little bit of black dust. I wanted to flee! But I couldn't. You lay there like a snake with your black eyes and cast a spell on me. I felt how my wings spread only to pull me down. I lay in the water with my feet tied together. And the more I tried to swim with my arms, the deeper I worked my way down. Down until I sank to the bottom, where you lay like a giant crab, waiting to grasp me with your claws. And now, here I am. How I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. But you just sit there, silently calm, indifferent. Here you are in your lair. Do you know they call it the mousetrap because of you? Reading your magazines to find out if it's gone badly for anyone. If anyone's fallen into misfortune. If someone's been dismissed from the theater. Here you sit, waiting out your victims, calculating your next opportunity, like a scavenger perusing the pickings of a shipwreck. Poor Amelie. I can't be mad at you, even though I want to be. Because you are, nevertheless, the little one. Oh, I don't care about all that with Bob. What does it have to do with me anyway? And if you are responsible for me drinking hot chocolate, or if someone else taught me to, what's the difference? Hot chocolate's a very healthy drink anyway. And if I have learned to dress like you, damn you. It has only made my husband more attached to me. And there you have lost where I have won. To judge by certain signs, I think you've already lost him. But I think it was your intention that I should leave, as you did, which you now regret. But you see, I won't. One shouldn't be so petty, should one? And why should I limit myself to what no one else wants? Maybe when everything is said and done, at this moment, I am the stronger. How else was it that everything became worthless and sterile in your hands? You couldn't keep any man's love with your tulips and your passions, as I could. You never learnt life's lessons from your beloved authors, as I have learned them. You never did get a little Esquil, even though your father's name is Esquil. And why are you always silent? Silent. Silent. Oh, I thought it was strength. But perhaps it was only that you didn't have anything to say. Because you couldn't think of anything. Now I'm going home. And I'll take the tulips with me. Your tulips. You never learnt anything from others. You couldn't bend at all. And that is why you broke like a dry stick. But I did not. Thank you, Amelie, for all your excellent instruction. Thank you for teaching my husband how to love. Now I'm going home to love him.